Sealander here. Welcome to Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens.
Hello, this is Sealander and welcome to my channel. Today we're in Akron, Ohio at Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens, located at 714 North Portage Path. This 70-acre estate was the home of Franklin Augusta, or F.A. Seiberling, who was the co-founder, along with his brother Charlie, of Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company in 1898. F.A. was also the founder of Seiberling Rubber Company in 1921, which was located in Barberton, Ohio. F.A. and his wife Gertrude started the construction of the Manor home and estate in 1912 and moved in with their children in 1915. The family lived there for the next 40 years. They named the house Stan Hywet, or Hywet, which means stone quarry in Old English, as the site for the estate was located on an old stone quarry. The manor house is 64,500 square feet and 300 feet long. It has 65 rooms with 4 floors and a lower level basement. The amenities were state-of-the-art of that day, which include a great room, a large music room, an 8-foot deep indoor swimming pool, a private office for FA, large dining room that could seat 40 people. There are 18 bedrooms comprised of 5 for family, 5 for guests, and 8 servants. There are 25 bathrooms. They had pressurized water for sinks, toilets, and showers. There are electric refrigerators and 2 separate phone systems. Other buildings and areas on the estate include multiple decorative gardens, carriage house, a gate lodge, Corbin Conservatory, which is a greenhouse. There's a butterfly habitat, and tea houses, which are now used for special events. F.A. passed away in 1955. His surviving children donated the 70-acre estate to Stan Hywet Hall Foundation in 1957. It is now considered a historic house museum and country estate that is open to the public for tours, special event, and occasional rentals. For more information about Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens, please visit their website at stanhywet.org. Link is in the description.
Now we're just waiting for the facility to open up. We're a few minutes early. I believe that the offering today is a self-guided tour is what we're probably going to do today. So here's a map if you want to zoom in and see what's on the map. You can pause the video and check that out as well. All right, we're about to walk in now and see what the trip entails for the self-guided tour. Walking up the entranceway, restrooms for the women straight ahead, and to the men is through that door off to the left. Come up here to the mission office and come on in. Check it out.
So for the guided Manor House tour is $21 for adult, $10 for youth. The garden history tour is $21 for adult, $10 for youth. Nooks and Crannies tour is $30 per adult, $15 for youth. And on the self-guided tours of the Manor House is $19 for adult, $9 for youth. The Gardens, Gate Lodge, and Conservatory is $15 for adult, $7 for youth. And the Gate Lodge only is $6 for adult, and the youth are free. Please note there are discounts available for seniors, military, students, and AAA members. The estate is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Admission closes at 4 p.m., so plan to arrive before then for a daily tour. The guided Manor House tour runs Tuesday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 2:30 p.m. The Nooks and Cranny tour is offered Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. Stan Hywet does offer memberships that gives you perks and discounts for daily tours, so please check out the website for further information.
Get us some tickets. We're going to do the self-guided tour today.
You're all on self-guided, so just take your own time.
All right, we'll start with the orientation room. This is the former estate of F.A. and Gertrude Seiberling, a place they called home for 40 years, built in 1912. Started to be built 1912 to 1915 when they moved in. It's a Tudor revival style. F.A. and his brother, C.W. Seiberling, were both the co-founder of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company in 1898, putting Akron on the map as the largest tire manufacturer in the world by 1916. Here's the family tree. Frank Augustus Seiberling and Gertrude Penfield. There's a history here. I guess we'll start out, look at Molly's shop here. This will be just knick-knack shops, maybe have nothing to do with the actual attraction. So just give you a brief glimpse of what we have in store here. Take and bake gingerbread, $25. In the cooler frozen. This is a very unusual piece here. I'm not sure. I'm looking at a rabbit with a monocle, an eyepiece. Okay, that is definitely unique. Candles, books, the lost Akron. That's very interesting there. Haunted Akron. Well, that's a gift shop area, so we're going to continue to explore the grounds. This is interesting. When F.A. Seiberling filed his taxes in 1915, he listed 10 cars owned by his family over the past year. These are cars that would have been parked in the garage at Stan Hywet Hall when the family moved in December 1915. So there's a list of cars between 1911, 12, 14, 15, 05. So those are the years of the various Cadillacs, Oldsmobile, Reliance truck, Packard coupe. Yeah, so that's interesting. And the carriage house was a transportation hub of the estate. Building contained 10-car garage with a mechanic's pit and car wash. The other wing houses housed stables for the horses. The second floor included an apartment for the head chauffeur who lived on the property with his family, and a series of single rooms for other male domestic staff, and a hayloft. So let's go check those out. Let's head this way to the Manor House, Reception Hall, Gardens, and Conservatory. It's one of the carriage house. Coming up on the Manor home, which is huge. I can see that it has a slate roof construction with a brick veneer. I actually have a little bit of information here of the hall itself. It has a coat of arms, stacked chimneys, varying ceiling heights, flat roof, and illusion shingles. Oh, the roof shingles gradually get smaller as they go up to give the illusion the house is taller than it really is. It has Princeton bricks. When visiting Princeton University, you like the color of the bricks, so they wanted to have them. Angled wings, stucco cross braces and half timbering, Tudor style design, and various sculpture type facades there on the exterior. So as I'm coming up, I can see on the eaves the carved woodwork, intricate carved woodwork.
As we approach the front of the house, notice above the door is a crest, and it has a motto inscribed on it that states, "Nanobi Solum," which translates as, "Not for us alone." This was the motto that the Seiberling family lived by, and it says a lot about how their character was not only towards family, but also to the community.
And I'm looking up here and I can see what they're talking about regarding the roof shingles. The shingles go from a very large shingle at the bottom, which is a type of clay shingle or slate shingle, and they're very small at the top to give that illusion they were talking about. And you can see all the woodwork there. It's got a flat black paint appearance to it. Oh, in the drainage up there, it actually says that green rectangular item is where the drainage comes off of that roof structure. It says 1915, and it looks like it was maybe a type of copper because it's tinged the lime green, which is typically the corrosive color you've seen as copper ages. I'll just take a look out here. Broad stroking the front entrance. Let the tour moved through there. Take a nice shot here, pan shot for y'all.
As we're beginning our tour inside the house, we're doing the self-guided tour. So they start you out going through the front entrance and then work you around to the left side of the house. So we're in the hallway here, working our way towards where the library is, and that's what you're seeing right here. It's kind of interesting. They had phones. They actually had two different distinct phone systems there because of conflicting competition between the two phone companies, and FA didn't want to have to deal with that, so we had two phones installed. We're coming in the music room now, and this was Gertrude's pride and joy. She was actually a professional singer, opera singer, so she was heavily involved in the music community. This room actually has a really nice pipe organ that pipes in stereophonic sound, and they actually play that for you on the tour, so it's quite amazing for 1915. So that's really amazing there. There is their great hall that has the really cool big rugs on the floor and the Persian rugs hanging with the various animal mounts. This was just a really cool room, and I enjoyed seeing this one. Was my favorite room. The dining room here, as we mentioned before, can seat 40 people, and their kitchen facility was immense. There's some of the refrigerators right there that were electric, so that's pretty awesome to have that in 1915. And just look at the size of that stove. They must have had a lot of kitchen staff to man that particular kitchen facility. That room is their breakfast room, more of their food prep areas. There's another refrigerator. And as we are walking down the hallway here, this is looking out towards the tea houses. And this was cool, the plunge. The kids wanted these to have an indoor swimming pool. So that pool is actually 8 foot deep, and it has 3 different levels that they can stage it for the water. Here we're getting into actually F.A. Seiberling's office. There's his actual office chair is what they told me. So he wanted to be able to work from home. So this was kind of cool as well. I mean, they had so many bathroom facilities. Here's a picture of the shower. They did have pressurized water, so they could have a pressurized shower, toilets, and sinks. There's so many different bedrooms for guests and family, and it's hard for me to keep up which ones. You'll just have to see that and let the tour guides explain that to you. There's another look at the great hall at the really cool tapestries hanging from the ceiling and, of course, the chandelier there. Again, the bathrooms, you can see the push button for the toilet flush, which, again, very modern for 1915. That was the cleaning room for the help. Now, this room was actually F.A. Seiberling's and Gertrude's room, and that window was there so she could watch the kids, is what the tour guide had told me. It's a really nice room. There's their bathroom and that unique seated little bathroom fixture. That's kind of cool. And again, their shower. And it looks like it has multiple spray heads in there as well. So that really blows my mind to see that for a 1915 house. Just such beautiful houses. And then down in the basement right here, there was a huge, hall down there. And they actually had a dark room in there as well. So really large house, 64,500 square feet. And there's the back of the house.
The back of the house. This is huge.
I want to apologize. I have some corrupt footage, but at least I had some video I could show you, so I'm going to give you a brief voiceover. This is the English garden that was described as Gertrude's favorite garden and refuge. In fact, in 1929, she had a lady named Ellen Shipman come and redesign it. And the design you see here today is reflective of other restorations to try to bring it back to the Shipman design. Now, it's kind of cool to walk through here and see the various fountains. I thought this was really cool. It looks like a mother with her two hands cupped together, dripping water to the two children. Just a really cool little garden with the pavers, the internal water here. I mean, the black water appearance, it gives it a really cool color and contrast to the surrounding plants and shrubs. I really thought this was a very cozy place. It had a place to sit down here off to the left with the statues. Very relaxing. A lot of different plant varieties, a lot of green and shade. So I could understand why Gertrude thought this was her favorite garden refuge.
This really is a huge 70-acre facility, and there's just so much to see. I'm kind of taken back at what all is in here. I'm looking at my little map right here. There's the main entrance, and I'm at the top of that screen, and I'm just working my way through to check the main mansion. So here's the back room of the mansion. Just gardening galore here. A full-time job, obviously. The time frame of when the family lived here, the staff had to have been 100 people or more staff to maintain this facility. Let's see if we can get a good picture of the actual building. So there's the house and the backyard, and there's that main doorway that lines up to the summer solstice, built that way specifically. In fact, back in the early 1900s and 1800s, late 1800s and even earlier, many of the architecture buildings were set up with this I don't know what the term is when they line it up to the setting of the sun and the moon and the seasons. I have to look that up. But they would construct these buildings to do that very thing right there, so they can see the sunsets and during the summer solstice. And that was very common. It's even that type of architecture is actually what's at Stonehenge, where you can see the sun going through the portals during the summer solstice. Well, that first one we went to see was the English garden, and now we're coming into the Japanese garden. It definitely has a Japanese vibe, not quite what I'm used to seeing in Japan, but they definitely try to do their best, and they have some unique plants here that are common in Japan. They have the Japanese arches. Kind of cool to see the waterfall that they attempted to make and have a little bit of flowing water through here. This gives you a feel of what the local what our local forests kind of look like, where there's oak trees and pine trees and such. So let's see the map, see which way we're going to head next. The west end of the house, and there's passing a nice garden through there, but this is taking us down to the tea house. I guess they have weddings and such down here. Various grassy flat areas to play games and ball, and the garden here is phenomenal. And they say there is a wedding ceremony. Just phenomenal gardening and manicuring all around, even here in the little forest strip here in the center out to the tea house. You get a view as we're walking down here. They say there's a wedding in progress, so I have to be quiet. It may be a little bit too early for the wedding, but we will certainly be respectful if we see something down there and not film. So this area is obviously available for weddings and stage shows of some sort. And they're probably going to have the actual oath taken right here for the wedding oaths, and commitments will be right there where those stairs are. So I won't bother them, and we'll continue down here. Yeah, look at the grapes. You can see it, there's grapes all over the place. That's kind of cool. Some more grapes there as well. So this is very beautiful, very interesting to have a walkway that's, I'm in the shade from grapes. That's crazy. Just grapes everywhere. I don't know if I can capture that. And they're just grapes, more grapes. This is just phenomenal. I think they just took the opinion of, if we don't have it, let's get it. And everything possible they can get to grow flowers, they got here. They took every effort to make this place just gorgeous. So just to capture a few of these right here. I don't know what I'm even looking at. Look at these right here. Isn't that crazy? This gorgeous. Oh, maybe this is a variety of daisy. So I got one right. Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. Just so much to see. We'll come down here and check out what's in the glass building here. Let's go check out the Playgarden. Features will be fully activated early summer. So this is an area for the kids. You might like this one. Bubbles. Press for bubbles. There you go. Wow. That's crazy. And you have buttons there to press there. Do you see the buttons? I have a bike and an old Ford here. Stan Hywet Hall and Garden. Even got a garden in the pickup truck. And look at that engine. It's green power.
Hey, Nate, let's not climb.
That engine is green. That one has a little kiddie play area here where kids can come up and climb up to the top. Artificial grass, soft, super plush and bouncy. So look at that. And a slide, come down there. Pretty cool. And the kiddies can run through and get their feet wet. You can do bowling. So there you go. That was a kid's playground area that has a few interesting things. They didn't have to do that here, but they did. So count that as a bonus plus for you folks that bring your family here to Stan Hywet. All right, we're coming into the front of this glass house. So I can only assume it's something like a botanical garden experience, maybe some butterflies. Never know.
Couldn't get it.
Let's check her out. Yeah, so humid in here so they can grow some of the tropical plants. Looks like an orange tree of a sort. Let's see what it is. Pineapple dwarf. Oh, this is a lemon tree. We have some lemon trees on our farm that we're trying to grow, and hopefully those will produce us some. Look at those right there. That cluster fruit has like elk ear leaves on it. Buddha's hand. I guess that's what the fruit looks like. It's named from its finger-like appendages. Myrtle leaf orange tree. Oh, got some air conditioning in there. Everything is perfectly pruned and green and unique. but it's definitely a tropical heat environment here. Let's see how that look like. Bird of paradise over there. There's a sago palm, a Titan arum. Look at that. That's crazy. That flower would look like that. Alrighty. Little white variegation spots. It looks like it's something wrong with it, but it's probably not the case at all. There's another unique one. That's crazy. That's called a chenille plant. That one, then they're ox tongue. Here's a century plant right here. Our cactuses. Variegated. We have some of these in our yard. This is a various form of a century plant right here. Cacti. Very interesting. Okay, let's head outside and take a look at the garden here. And this was called Welcome to the Mary S. and David C. Corbin Conservatory. The exit out into the garden space with the picnic tables. Before I go into the butterfly house, I wanted to take a few minutes to walk through some of these areas where the garden space is. There's some of the audience here that would love to see these things, because I have no idea what I'm looking at. I'm not really a green thumb kind of guy. Here's those sunburst looking plants. Awesome. Look at that, has that really cool beetle there. Another one. Big puffy white balls. I'm not sure what those are. A different style of a daisy. Russian sage. Venusta magnifica. Venusta magnifica. Okay. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Oh, here's another one right here with the pink. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Gorgeous. You see this area is full of plants and flowers. Orange, blue, white, purple. Such a wide range of plants here to take a look at. The red leaf is kind of cool. Look at these red pustule seed pods or something. And then here's another unique one. Let's get a good look at that. Now here's crazy. This is crazy looking. Look at that. What am I looking at? This is one. That's just gorgeous. Look at those big sunflowers over there. Let's walk around. Here's some of those white and the pink that have the large center section, which I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, these things are here. I'm like, what am I looking at here? These are called the great coneflower. Try to get a picture of one of those. Look like a little cone there. That's crazy. Hopefully that comes out. There's so much to see. Can't see it all. I have this one protected over here. The pink spikes. Look at that. That's huge. So, anyways, I'm not going to go show you every single one, but there are just so many things to look at. The daisies, just the pinks, the reds, the purples. I'm sitting there looking out and I see purple, white, red, pink, violet, just to name a few of the different colors. There's some more. And here's another one called sea holly. I mean, what the heck? That's crazy. B on that one right there. Sea holly. So, there's one that has like pink. Pink again. So anyways, I'm gonna head over to the butterfly house. And I just wanted to give you a sample of what's out here. If you want to see further more of what the various plants that are out here and flowers. I mean, this is like, my gosh, like 4 acres of solid flowers with paths all through it. There's some arbors with plants growing over top of them. So, butterflies of North America. Let's go check it out. We don't want to let any of the butterflies out.
Did you read the rules?
You're a guest. Please treat them. Look closely, don't touch. Stay on the gravel. Approach with care. Wait for staff to help you with butterflies. Guest limit 15. So now here's some butterflies here. They're on the top. Try to capture some of those for you.
Start exploring, you're likely to see little baby caterpillars on the leaves.
drip. There is a drip. I think it's from your sugar water soup coming down the side.
Look, Mama, he's down with popcorn.
Oh, interesting. It's not the same
All right.
side as the outside.
I'm gonna head on out now. I just came across something. It's an apple tree. See the apples here turning ripe, red ripe. That's kind of cool. This whole row is actually apple trees. I didn't realize that. So that's another cool addition to the gardens here is apple trees. Well, that's going to wrap up another one. We appreciate you folks staying to the end of the video. We ask you hit that like and subscribe button, and also follow us on Facebook at Sealander Adventures. Until the next one, this is Sealander from Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens saying, take care. Well, I'm here at the Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens. There happens to be an old car club social, so I'm going to go ahead and film some of these cars while I'm here. I'm not an old car fellow, so I'm assuming this is something, a Model T of some sort with a crank handle in the front. 1906 Rio. Here's another 1905 Rio. Again, I'm not even sure what I'm looking at right here. Maxwell says on the front of the radiator. This one has a steering handle. You can hear it running. Kind of cool. Big chain and sprocket. Another Buick. Look at that tire. This one's pretty. Look at that burgundy. The wick light, and it has a main spotlight here in the center. That's pretty cool. The brass and the woodwork in the seat. This is probably pretty luxurious in its day. The trunk in the back, rear seat. Here's one that has a brake light. Another look at the leather on the door panels. There's another one pulling up. Crank handle. Anyways, I just thought I'd capture a little bit of the classic cars. These are cars from the turn of the century. Seen a couple of numbers in there in the 1905, 1906. So there you have it. A little bonus footage of some old cars here at Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens.